You just hit end stream. You were live for hours. Maybe it was great, maybe it was terrible. It doesn't matter because now that you've hit end stream, you have 0 viewers and 2 weeks before Twitch deletes the VOD. The pressure to turn that stream into something that will help you grow long term is hitting you, and to make things worse, you've only got 10 minutes until the post-stream exhaustion slams you down to the ground so hard that you need 6 coffees to survive. Today we're covering 7 things you have to do after every single stream. These are things that myself and several full-time creator friends do that help us grow, and have helped us make this our career. And while all of these tips are important, I will admit none of them matter if you don't follow tip number 7, which is the most important and controversial tip of all. So stick around for that, but first, go get a drink of water. No, not right now. Don't click off the video. Go get a drink of water when you finish the stream. You should go stretch your legs and have a drink of water, maybe get a bite to eat, and for the love of God, don't look at any of your analytics. Don't review how many viewers you had, don't check your chat messages sent per minute. None of that will help you right now. All that matters is stepping away and taking a break. I don't care if it's overnight, I don't care if it's a few hours, it's up to you. Because the quickest way for streamers to burn out is to break their entire stream down to numbers immediately after finishing. Because it's not about the numbers, it's about making great quality content that you are proud of and connecting with your viewers, your community. So once you've taken a break, it's time to review. Grab yourself a pen or pencil and paper, and first, without watching the stream back, ask yourself, did you have fun? Was that stream fun? And if you didn't, you need to figure out why not and how you can fix that for next time. If you did have fun, awesome. Ask yourself why and how can you repeat that for next time. Once you have that locked in, next, again, without watching the VOD back, pick 3 things that you enjoyed about that stream that you can control. Not the fact that you got 20 followers, because you can't personally guarantee you'll get followers or chatters every stream. These should be things like you enjoyed the challenge you set for yourself, or a specific set of jokes you did you're really proud of, or those new emotes that you had made were really great in chat. And once you have those 3 things, ask yourself how you can double down on these later. And finally, this one is a little bit tricky, but it's very important. Pick 3 things you aren't super proud of that you can control. Maybe you noticed you got quiet a lot and there was a lot of dead air, or you hadn't tested the game capture, so you had some technical glitches that slowed the content down. Or maybe you just forgot you weren't wearing pants and you stood up accidentally showing chat your schlong. Write down how you can fix them for next time. With that, you now have a page of positive things you enjoyed to double down on and constructive steps to improve for next time, while also forcing yourself to reflect on your content more carefully because you had to do it without watching the VOD back. Next, it's time for the second hardest tip of the entire video. You're gonna have to actually watch your stream back. I know. Brutal, isn't it? Now, some of you might be confused why that is hard. So to explain, the majority of streamers never watch their own content back. Why? Because it's boring. Most make boring content, and when they watch it back, they have to admit to themselves that they are bored, and that is hard. But the only way to fix that is with the 15-5-5-5-15 rule. Open your last stream and watch the first 15 minutes in full. Stop. Don't open a game. Don't open a YouTube video. Don't put it on your second monitor. You have to actually sit there and watch the stream, the entire first 15 minutes. If you get bored or you want to skip away, congratulations, you've figured out there's a problem that you need to fix with your content. So write that down. Ask yourself, how do you sound? Are the audio levels good? Is the camera or game clear enough and easy to watch? Do you sound or look like you're making content, or are you just quietly sitting there? Are you giving viewers a reason to stick around? Once you've watched the full 15 minutes, congratulations, you now have to skip ahead randomly to a different spot in the VOD and watch 5 full minutes and do the exact same steps we just did for the 15-minute segment. After 5 minutes, skip ahead, do another 5. You seem to see where I'm going here. Skip ahead, watch 5, and then finally skip to the last 15 minutes and watch the full last 15 minutes of your VOD. Why are we doing it this way? Because streaming is about creating drop-in content. I'll cover what that means more soon, so stick around for that, but by reviewing our stream like this, we're sort of simulating how viewers behave. They'll either be there straight away and watching from the start, or they'll randomly click on mid-stream. Either way, you need to be making content they can enjoy pretty much the entire time. Being blunt, if you can't do this step, or if you get bored a lot doing this, then likely you need to carefully rethink the type of content you're making, and probably you really need to follow the next tip. which is one that changed my life, not just for content creation, my entire life. I used to be a terrible public speaker. I'd do it, sure, because I had to, but I would essentially black out and not know what I was saying or doing because I was so anxious. I was shaking, terrified. Not just that, I hated the sound of my own voice because my family had told me I was boring and monotonous when I was a kid. Pile on chronic anxiety conditions that I got as I aged, and well, let's just say content creation was never really in the cards for someone like me. Until the 10-minute daily recording. Back when I was a documentary filmmaker, I went to a conference and I saw a creator give a talk about how he overcame all of these things I just listed by recording himself in a very specific way. So I decided to try it. In short, you'll find a quiet place where you won't be distracted. Get your phone out and record yourself for a full 10 minutes without any planning. Don't open a game in the background, don't throw up music in the background, no talking points ahead of time, nothing. Just open your phone, hit record, and talk for 10 minutes. Fill that dead air. And when you're done, don't watch it back. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Don't watch it back. Instead, go about your day and then wait until tomorrow. Find some time for yourself, sit down and watch the full 10 minutes back. No distractions. Don't have a game up, don't have a movie on, just watch it back. Watch all of the ums, the ahs, the dead air. Even if you hate your voice, push through. And when you're done, hit record and do another full 10 minutes without any planning. Wait till tomorrow, watch that back, and then record another 10 minutes. Repeat this every single day, and within a week, you'll barely recognize yourself. After a month, you'll be an amazing speaker. After a year, you'll probably never stutter again. I've given this tip a lot over the past few years, and very few people ever try it, and those who do rarely stick with it. But the tiny handful who do say it's one of the best experiences they've ever done, not just for content creation, but their general confidence. And speaking as someone who did this for months and months and months, I genuinely believe that this tip changed my fucking life. Now, this is where the tip gets controversial. If you can't spare 20 minutes a day for something that is as important as this, I have to ask, how are you going to stick with content creation, streaming, or really anything in life? Next step is a bit of a pivot, but we're finally going to check out our analytics. But we're not going to check what you'd expect. I want you to go check your Go Live analytics. If you're small, this data might not seem as helpful as you'd like, but even the difference between 5 clicks and 20 clicks on a Go Live tells you a lot about what your followers care about. And if you don't even have that yet, don't worry, you'll learn a lot from looking at mine. For example, if I look at the best engaged Go Lives across 4 or 5 years of my content, people care about a few things pretty clearly. First, the fact that I stopped streaming on Twitch to focus on YouTube for a while there. Obviously, that's huge news you don't want to miss. Next, when I interviewed Harris Heller, obviously, because that's a big event, you don't want to miss as someone who is learning to stream. As we scroll through, you'll see it repeated. Moving to YouTube, first stream of 2022, reviewing your YouTube channels, big announcements, big events. But how do we apply these to our day-to-day streams? Well, if you're struggling to do that, that means you're probably not making very exciting content or very interesting content, because it's actually quite easy. You make your streams into events because streams are something viewers can miss, and an event has urgency. Such as, stream can't end till we beat this game. That was just me playing Getting Over It. Beating pro gamers, click here to see me beat 3 professional gamers at Mario Party. Heck, even something as simple as focusing on an emotional but ultimately low stakes take can be enough. I used to do tier lists, and my Go Lives would say things like, McDonald's is overrated. Click here to use science to determine the best fast food. It's literally just a tier list, guys. The difference between making your Go Live an emotive, unmissable event can really make or break your stream's energy. At the very start of your stream, 100 clicks versus 60 or 70 is 30 or 40 extra viewers. Those 30 or 40 extra viewers are going to boost your chat activity, get excited with you, and overall make it more enjoyable for not just you, but your entire community. But this is where things get difficult. You see, after reviewing your stream both with analytics and with the 15-5-5-5-15 rule, you might have noticed something important. When viewers click your stream, they don't know what's going on and they leave. They don't feel invested because they're confused. How do we fix this? Simple. We make what's called drop-inable content. And yes, shut up, that's not a real word, but you get the idea. You see, when a new viewer or any viewer joins your stream, 3 things are required. They need to instantly understand what's going on, they need to instantly have a reason to stick around, and they need to feel included or a part of the community, or at least the stream. So let's give 2 stream examples and you can pick which one meets these goals. First option, it's a playthrough of Final Fantasy 15, a story-focused game that takes 30 to 35 hours to beat. and likely that'll be about 5 or 8 streams before you beat it as the streamer. Stream number 2, trying to beat hardcore Minecraft. It could take dozens of streams, hundreds of hours, and you might restart constantly. Type your answer in the comments. Which is easier content for a viewer to watch, and explain why. All done? Okay, the answer, it's clearly Minecraft. Every single person on the planet understands Minecraft is a game of survival where you build and craft. If they join the stream, they know right away you're doing that. It could be your first stream, it could be your 50th. That doesn't impact their ability to understand what's going on. Now, with a good title or chat commands, they can also learn you're playing hardcore, meaning permadeath. This means they have stakes or a reason to stick around to see if today is the day you lose the game entirely. And finally, if you're a decent streamer, those stakes will mean they feel included because they're waiting for the moment to shout, "I was here!" when you either lose or eventually, potentially win. Now, I'm not saying you have to play hardcore Minecraft. Every time I give this example, people go, "I hate Minecraft." I'm not saying that, guys. Come on, extrapolate. I'm saying that you need to make your streams accessible to viewers. And with big story games like Final Fantasy 15, if a viewer misses even a single stream or arrives late, they're suddenly out of the loop. They missed the story, they don't have stakes to stick around, and they don't feel included. That's why large streamers with the resources fix these problems by saying, "I'm gonna beat all of Final Fantasy in one stream," making it, that's right, an unmissable event. Suddenly, it's a challenge, an event. The stakes are, can he actually do a 30+ hour stream? Can I spam "I was here" when he either quits or finishes the game? And because it's a marathon, your viewers rock up at the start and then lurk the stream the entire time, so you don't take a hit to your viewership. And if theories are true, high watch time, high retention on Twitch is crucial for higher recommendations later on. But also, Twitch's algorithm doesn't really exist. That might not be true, and instead we might need to focus on tip number 7, which we'll talk about soon. Now, again, I have to add, I'm not saying to do marathons. I actually think beginners doing marathons or subathons is idiotic. I am just showing how creators have found ways to make difficult games to stream better content for viewers, so that you can look at what you're creating and try to find a way to make it drop-in-able content. For example, doing shorter challenges that fit into a single stream, or easy to understand challenges that no matter how many streams you've done, it's going to make sense to viewers. Heck, I think speedrunning is one of the best examples that people can do on Twitch. If you drop in, you know the goal. Beat the game fast. Let me know in the comments what type of content you stream, and I'll reply back with some ideas to help you make it more drop-inable. Next step. Take all of this and plan out some stream ideas. It doesn't matter if you're on Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok. You should be able to plan out some fun and interesting ideas to stream based on the fact that you now know what you enjoyed about your stream, what you need to do better, what your audience clicked for, and what is accessible to viewers when they click. Personally, I'd start by trying to write out 10, 15, or maybe even 20 ideas. Pick the 5 best and then workshop those by trying to write out the ideas as punchy, clickable titles. And if you can try to give chat the ability to be involved in the stream in some way, that works really well as well. For example, one of my favorite weeks of streaming I ever did was called Pain Week, where I played really difficult games and then let chat bully me with different control, particularly when I was trying to play Dark Souls 3. I rigged it so that chat could donate bits to turn off my controller, and I titled that Dark Souls, but chat tries to stop me. It's a simple idea that anyone who sees it can understand the concept. It doesn't matter if they join today or in 3 days' time when I'm still stuck playing Dark Souls. They know my goal is to beat Dark Souls. They know that chat can actively stop me from achieving that goal. And because I both loved that idea and saw a huge spike in clicks from it, I know I can repeat that idea again in Elden Ring, which I did, and it went amazing. Or again in Minecraft, or Pokemon, or Zelda, or Fall Guys, which I did, and they all went amazing. All of these games, I did the same concept because my audience engaged heavily with it, and based on the steps I took to review my content, I knew that. So I was able to double down on it. And with that, it's time for our last tip. You've probably noticed something is missing from this video. In every single streaming video like this one, you have heard people say that when you end stream, you should go and make stream clips and then use those to make vertical videos on other platforms, or take your VOD and make it into a full YouTube video. Except that's bullshit spewed by gurus who have never grown a YouTube channel outside of telling others how to grow. 9 times out of 10, when I see creators follow this advice, all they do is spam lazy, boring content on other platforms. They get no views, or worse, they make the mistake of seeing their shorts and TikToks get a few thousand or even a few hundred views, and they think those are real and compare it to long-form views, when in fact, shorts and TikToks don't have thumbnails, so they can't get impressions, so they have to test them by showing them to anyone and someone, and when they do terribly, they just stop getting shown and you get stuck at under 2,000 views, aka 2,000 disengaged testing views that are totally worthless. You see, the problem is no matter what you do, if you only stream, you're not going to grow. Streaming platforms don't have algorithms, and no matter where or how you stream, you're going to need an active YouTube channel to help new viewers find you. And because gurus tell you guys to use stream footage to do that, you try your best, but you just never really grow, which is not your fault. That's the advice you're being given. But why doesn't it work? Well, because stream highlights and Twitch clips aren't discoverable no matter what some guru tells you. You need to take time outside of your stream to focus on making dedicated offline content. Carefully plan out and package videos with a great title and thumbnail that will help you not just grow now, but for years to come. Even if you get sick and can't go live, even if your PC breaks and you can't go live, or if you just get burned out of streaming and don't want to go live anymore, that YouTube channel will continue to help new viewers discover you. I know this is a crazy pivot at the end of the video, but myself and several other creators like Reaps spent years following the advice of using our streams to make YouTube and TikTok content. And guess what? Just like you, we got absolutely nowhere. Or worse, there were times where we thought we were going somewhere, but in reality, we just didn't understand how those views work. However, the moment we stopped doing this, we started getting millions of views consistently. So stop wasting your time after your streams by grinding out crappy clips, and instead, click this video to learn how to finally actually make progress and start growing by creating a fantastic YouTube channel. I'll see you guys next week.